Dural, on the outskirts of Sydney's northwest, is now at the centre of a terrorism investigation.
This is the discovery of a potential mass casualty event. There's only one way of calling it out, and that is terrorism.
There's zero tolerance in Australia for hatred and for anti-Semitism. And I want any perpetrators to be hunted down and locked up.
About 10 days ago, police swarmed this property after they were tipped off about a caravan on the roadside.
It seemed like probably about 20-odd cops there. There was a few plainclothes and then a few marked clothes, and then there was like CSI guys out the back.
Inside the caravan, explosives, enough for a blast 40 metres wide, they say.
Obviously, the discovery and the detection of the caravan contained with an amount of explosives was not going to be used in the normal anti-Semitic attack that we have seen. This is certainly an escalation of that, with the use of explosives that have the potential to cause a great deal of damage.
Police say the explosives used in mining were intended for an anti-Semitic attack on targets they won't disclose.
I don't think it's appropriate to nominate the targets. I can indicate that but the Jewish community will be made aware of those and have been.
Now, while the police have focused on this property, the owner has told us that he and the residents had nothing to do with the caravan. In fact, he says that the caravan was parked a few metres away up the road. Can you categorically say you have nothing to do with this caravan?
Absolutely. I've passed it two or three times.
Did you report it to police?
No, I didn't know why it was sitting there.
He's denied any wrongdoing and claims police damaged the property and mistreated one of the residents. How was he treated? What happened to him?
Roughly.
In what way?
Well, he was handcuffed, put on the floor, stood on.
Was there any specific
They knocked the
reason?
door down and hit him in the face. He should have opened the door straight away and he didn't.
What are they like as tenants?
100% perfect.
Never had any problems with
No.
Never involvement with the cops?
No, never. They're not that sort of people.
We put his claims to New South Wales Police. They said they were unable to confirm and would not be commenting.
Is it frightening to know that those explosives were there?
Well, if someone
Like, that
pulls
doesn't
up
happen
outside
every
your
day.
house with some explosive, would you be frightened?
I would be.
The caravan appears to have been at the site since early December.
We are still looking for assistance in relation to anyone who saw that caravan parked by the side of the road from the 7th of December to the 19th of January this year.
What do you think about the fact that they found explosives in the caravan?
Obviously, it's not the nicest thing to find out that was parked just down the road from you. Like, obviously, it's a pretty quiet community out here, so it's not sort of the thing I'd expect to have in this area or any area, obviously, but yeah, it's not the nicest.
Today, police revealed the owner of the caravan was arrested separately as part of the anti-Semitism strike force investigation. Scott Marshall was allegedly named in the search warrant at Dural.
He was in custody based on offences being investigated under Strike Force Pearl. At the time the actual caravan was located, he was in custody.
Tammy Farrugia was also allegedly on the search warrant. She was charged last week over a separate attack at Wallara in December, but neither have been charged in relation to Dural. Overnight, there was another graffiti attack in Sydney, this time at a Jewish school at Maroubra.
It tells you everything you need to know about how appalling these bastards are, that they would rip apart a school on one of the first days of school with a racist anti-Semitic attack.
We're scared. We're very frightened. We're scared of we don't know who this is or where it's coming from or why it's targeting us.
It's hateful, it's insightful, and these are words, but we've seen before where words lead.
This is a school, and it is extremely distressing, and I'm very unhappy about it.
In just the past 2 months, anti-Semitic attacks around Australia have escalated dramatically, from spray-painted graffiti to the firebombing of cars and businesses in Sydney and a Melbourne synagogue. The discovery of explosives here in Dural for an apparent terror attack has prompted a big response from the Federal Police, ASIO and State Police from New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland.
We have identified links between certain jobs, which gives us some indication there is a level of coordination above those perpetrating the offences, but I'm not prepared to go into those details.
Over at the Newtown Synagogue in Sydney's inner west, swastikas graffitied on the brick fence in a separate attack earlier this month have been wiped away. The caravan in Dural has the community on edge, but vigilant.
Obviously it's concerning. You know, a van full of explosives that can make a huge crater and kill a lot of people.
At the same time, there's a sense here of defiance against caving into fear.
It goes back to how we're going to react. And I think that we have to maintain a position that we are not going to falter from.
There are bad actors, both locally and overseas, who want to sow discord and create disharmony in the community. But I think the message that we need to tell them is you're not going to be successful.
Some people have asked, why did the police not reveal what they knew when they knew it about 10 days ago?
I'm sure they had operational considerations. You know, I'm not going to wade into criticising the police.
All of our activities remain ongoing. Over 300 patrols every night in Sydney to reassure the public that we are there.